Hello, everyone, and welcome to another lesson in our series Mathematics Explained Simply. So, we try to make mathematics as accessible as possible to everybody who is interested, children, adults. We try to teach mathematics as simply as possible. Topics that might seem very difficult, we try to break it down and go step by step so that you can understand and be able to practice exercises and become an expert in that topic. So, in previous lessons, we've talked about addition, we've talked about writing numbers in words, and vice versa. Today, we want to talk about subtraction. So, right now, those of us who have been following our lessons should be able to add numbers together. It doesn't matter how many digits in the numbers. We should be able to use the column method to add numbers together. We should be able to write a number in words up to 6, 7 digits. We should be able to write a number in words. We should be able to write a number in digits if the number is written in words. So let's talk about subtraction. Let's start talking about subtraction now. Right. Let's use our darker color pen. Or let's try red today and see what happens. Let's try red and see what happens. No, still not too visible. So we stick with our dark color pen. Subtraction. Subtraction is the noun. Subtract is the verb. So, subtract simply means take away. Take one number away from another number. So, a synonym for subtract is take away. Also, another synonym for subtract or take away is find the difference of. So you could be told find the difference of 20 and 19. And the answer is 1 because 20 take away 19 is 1. So difference of is a synonym. The difference of. So minus is another synonym for subtract. In fact, minus is the most common way to say take away because the minus sign is just a line. The plus sign is a cross. So we dealt with the plus sign in the previous lesson. Minus sign is a line. Minus means take away. Minus means subtract. Minus means the difference of. I can't think of any other word or phrase that we could use to represent take away. But if I remember any other phrase that you could come across in a real life mathematics question, I will let you know. But for now, these are the most used words when we're talking about takeaway. Right. As you know, those of you who have been following the lessons, I like referring back to when I was in primary school. A very young person, primary school, starting school for the first time. Because this series, we're starting from scratch. We're starting mathematics from scratch. We are trying to make mathematics accessible to anyone, child, adult, it doesn't matter. So to make it accessible to everyone, some people who might not have gone to school before, that's why we have to start from scratch. We have to start from primary school and then we build it up, get to other topics, secondary school maths topics. And as I said in a previous lesson, we could even touch some topics in advanced level mathematics. So anybody who is interested in learning mathematics must go through all our lessons. If you've not done mathematics before, then you have to go through all the lessons and build it up until you get to the secondary school stuff. Right. So subtraction is takeaway. Subtract is takeaway. So going back to when I was in primary school, um, we started with lollipop sticks. When I was learning subtraction, we started with lollipop sticks or blocks, building blocks. So we start off with simple questions like, let's say 7 take away 3. 7 take away 3. So I get 7 lollipop sticks and then I take away 3 lollipop sticks from that 7 lollipop sticks. With time, we were no longer using lollipop sticks. The teacher said use lines to represent lollipop sticks. Just use lines. So 7 take away 3. I draw 7 lines. Of course, at this time, I know how to count. That's the first thing we learned in nursery and primary school, how to count. Now that I could count, I can count 7 lines and draw them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So those are 7 lines. I'm taking away 3 lines and then take away 3. 1, 2. That's how my teacher said we should take away. Just put a small line to show that those 3 have been taken away. Then you count how many you have. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 take away 3 is 4. 7 take away 3 is 4. Simple enough. Now, our teacher moved things up another level. Our teacher likes saving us time. Instead of drawing 7 sticks and then taking away 3 sticks, the teacher taught us a different way of working out 7 take away 3. You start from 3 and you start counting from 3 and see how much you have to go up to get to 7. So you can use sticks to help you. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 take away 3 is 4. 4 sticks. And you can see it's the same 4 sticks over here. Let's do another example, doing it the long way and the shorter way. What if you're told to do 12, take away, let's say 5. So the long way, 12 sticks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then you take away any of those 5 sticks. So I like taking it away from that side. I can take it away from this side. It doesn't matter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've taken away 5 sticks, and I'm now left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sticks. 12 take away 5 is 7. 12 take away 5 is 7. That's the long way. I spent time drawing 12 sticks. The faster way to do take away, I don't need to draw those 12 sticks. I can come to the smallest number 5 and count from 5 until I get to 12. How many sticks do I need to draw to get to 12? So let's see that. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 7 sticks, just like before. 7 sticks. So I've shown you 2 ways in which you can do takeaway. The longer way is the most logical way. You are actually taking away. You actually took away 5 sticks from 12. But then the less logical way, when I say the less logical way, I mean the other way that it doesn't really seem as if you're taking away anything. What you are doing is you are counting from one smaller number until you get to the other number. But then we still get to the same answer. So it's one way of getting the answer of taking away, even though the process, like you didn't really take anything away. So that's one of the beauties of mathematics. With mathematics, you can arrive at the same answer using different methods. One method could seem logical, like when you draw the 12 sticks and you take away 5 and you count the remaining. That's the logical way of doing it. That's the one that makes sense when you talk about takeaway. But then there's a faster way. You count from 5 and draw how many sticks you need until you get to 12. That still gives you the same answer of the same takeaway answer, even though you didn't really take anything away. So um, so the only reason I'm showing you that method is you might need that kind of reasoning when you are doing takeaway using other methods. But I don't want to discuss any other method. I could refer to a few methods, but I want to concentrate more on the column method of taking away. But for other methods of taking away, that first way I just showed you would help you understand those other methods of taking away. If you decide to use those methods, and if you've learned those methods somewhere else, or maybe I could just touch on those other methods, possibly not necessarily in this lesson, but maybe in future lessons. All I want to concentrate on now is using the column method of takeaway, because the column method of takeaway will not fail you. You can use it for large numbers, running to the millions, running to the thousands. You can take away big numbers using the column method. Obviously, you can if you have, let's say, 1054, take away 287. You're not going to start drawing over 1,000 sticks and then you take away 200 and something sticks using the logical method. That's going to take ages. Counting drawing out over 1,000 sticks, taking away 200 and something, that's going to take ages. Maths is a subject of shortcuts, and the column method gives you a shortcut. You can take away a number from a big number, 3-digit numbers, 4-digit numbers, 5-digit numbers, 6, 7-digit numbers. You can do the takeaway in a few minutes. Okay, so let's see how the column method of takeaway works. Similar to the column method of addition, but this time, instead of adding, you're taking away. And this time, instead of putting one digit up somewhere, you're taking a digit from another digit. It will be clear when we get on with examples. So let's start with simple examples. Let's assume we have 58, 58, take away, let's say, 14. You must always put the bigger number on top, the first number. So the first number will always be the bigger number. We're not dealing with negative numbers yet. When we deal with negative numbers, then yes, the first number can be smaller than the second number. But now we don't want to, we are not yet dealing with negative numbers. So now we want to do 58 take away 14. The bigger number must be on top. 58. The first number will be the bigger number if we are not dealing with negatives, and 14 will be below. Put your takeaway sign. Fast method. Instead of drawing 58 sticks, spending a few minutes drawing out 58 sticks and taking 14 away from the 58 sticks, that's a slow method. A faster method is you count from 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, you draw sticks. From 14, 15, 16, you start drawing your sticks until you get to 58. That's a slow method, but it's faster than the other method where you're going to draw 58 sticks. But look, the column method gives you the answer in less than 1 minute. So all you do is 8 take away 4, 5 take away 1 is 4. The answer is 44. See how quickly we came up with the answer. Instead of drawing 58 sticks and taking away 14 sticks from there, or instead of counting from 14 to 58, and as you're counting, you're drawing sticks, which you're going to count later after you got to 58. So the answer is 44. Another example. What if you're given 9,876 take away 1,502? You put the 9,876 on top, the first number, and it will be the bigger number since we're not dealing with negatives. And then you put 1,502 below, and then you put your takeaway sign, and then you draw a line under there. And then you go 6 take away 2 is 4, 7 take away 0, 7 take away 0 is 7, 8 take away 5 is 3, 9 take away 1 is 8. And therefore the answer is 8,374. That's the answer. Remember, equals means the answer is. So 6 take away 2 is 4, 7 take away 0 is 7, 8 take away 5 is 3, 9 take away 1 is 8. You practice. You don't need to spend time to work out 7 take away 6 equals 4. 6 take away 2 equals 4. 8 take away 5 equals 3. You can do that mentally and quickly. You don't need to start drawing sticks. Unless maybe you are learning mathematics for the first time, then yes, you can draw out your sticks, but practice makes perfect. When you practice more, you'll be able to get the answers quickly, the way I've done over here. Okay, this is the easy part of column method of takeaway. It gets a bit complicated when we have situations like this. What if we are given 543 take away 128? Put the first number on top, the bigger number, 543, and you put the 128 below. Put your takeaway sign, draw a line under there. Now, 3 take away 8. 3 apples take away 8 apples. I have 3 apples. Why are you telling me to take away 8 apples? I don't even have up to 8 apples. Now, when we deal with negative numbers, we can actually work out 3 take away 8 and get a negative answer. So we leave that for a different lesson. But for now, we don't want to deal with negative numbers. So for now, 3 take away 8. We don't want negative numbers, so we can't take away 8 apples from 3 apples. 3 apples take away 8 apples. Why? I have only 3 apples. Why are you telling me to take away 8 apples? So the solution to that situation is the digit next to the digit of 3, which is a 4. This digit of 4, take one digit from there, so you cancel that 4. When you take one digit from that 4, that digit of 4, you're left with 3. So that 3, you put it on top of the 4. The 1 you took from the digit of 4, the digit of 1 that you took from the digit of 4, put it in front of this 3, make it a small one. You don't need to make it as big as the 3. So put it in front of the 3 to make 13. And now you can work out 13 take away 8. And when you work that out, 13 take away 8, 13 sticks take away 8 sticks is 5. You can use any of the methods. 13 sticks take away 8, or let us still use the faster method. 8, you count from 8 until you get to 13. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You use 5 fingers or 5 sticks. 13 take away 8 is 5. 3, remember this 4 is now 3. So you do 3 take away 2, that's 1. And you do 5 take away 1, that's 4. So the answer is 415. 415, as you can see. Let's do another example. We have 9,702 take away, let's say, 600 and 57. Put the bigger number on top, 9,872. Put the 657 below, 657. You take away sign, and then you draw a line under there. So we are now ready to do our takeaway. 2 take away 7. I have 2 apples. You're telling me to take away 7? That ain't happening because I haven't got 7 apples. What I notice some students do is they do 7 take away 2, 5. I've seen it in my time as a teacher many times over. They do 7 take away 2 and they put 5 there. They're obviously wrong. You don't do the bottom number, take away the top number. You must always do the top number, take away the bottom number. If the top number is smaller than the bottom number, you have to borrow a digit of 1 from that number next to it. So we borrow a digit of 1 from the 7. Let's cancel the 7. If you borrow a digit of 1 from digit 7, you're going to be left with digit 6. Put the digit 6 on top of the digit 7. The 1 you borrowed from the digit 7, put it in front of the 2 to make 12. Just put a tiny digit of 1 in front of the 2. Don't make it as big as the 2. If not, it's going to be confusing. So, but just note this. You now look at this as 12. So you now do 12 take away 7. That's 5. 6 take away 5. This 7. Remember, it has now become 6 because you took 1 from it. Do 6 take away 5. That's 1. 8 take away 6. That's 2. 9 take away nothing is 9. And therefore, the answer is 9,215. Now, don't think it's only once you can borrow from a digit. You borrow as many times as is needed. Like this next example we're going to do. What if we're given 67,302, 67,302 take away 765. So put 67,302 on top. You put 765 below. You put your takeaway. Put a line under there. Top digit number, take away bottom digit number. So top number, take away bottom number. 2, take away 5. You have 2 apples. You're asking me to take away 5 apples. I don't have up to 5 apples. Well, as I said before, when we start dealing with negative numbers, yes, we can do 2 take away 5. But right now, we don't want to deal with negative numbers. We want to deal with real situations. We want to talk proper real life. I have 2 apples. You want me to take away 5 apples from the 2 apples? I don't have even up to 5 apples. How am I going to give you 5 apples? Let's think that way when we are doing our takeaway without negative numbers. As I said, don't fall into the trap of doing 5 take away 2. That's 3. I've seen it so many times with some students. Don't do that. It's always the top number, take away the bottom number. Right. You know what? I'm going to change. Let me change this zero. We'll come back to the situation like this in another example. But for now, I don't want us to go there. Let's change that zero. Let's make that a one. Let's make it 67,312. Take away 765. So 2 take away 5. We can't do that. So borrow a 1 from the next digits to the 2, which happens to be a 1. If you borrow 1 from 1, obviously you're going to be left with 0. So that 0, you put it on top of that. The 1 you borrowed from the 1, put it in front of this 2 to make 12. And now you can do 12 apples, take away 5 apples. That's 7. Now, remember, this is no longer 1, it has become 0. So the next thing you now have to do is you do 0 apples, take away 6 apples. Come on, I don't have any apples and you're telling me to take away 6 apples? Yes, with negative numbers, we can think and say, yeah, it's possible. But in the real life world we live in, where negative numbers is just a concept, let's assume you can't tell me to take away 6 apples from 0 apples. We can't do that. Let's just take it that we can't do that. So, and remember the mistakes some students could make. Remember what they would do? They would do 6, take away 0. They do the bottom number, take away the top number. Don't do that. That is wrong. It's always the top number, take away the bottom number. And so, 0 take away 6, we can't do that. We have to borrow 1 from the digit in front of that 0, which happens to be a 3. If you borrow 1 from 3, you're left with 2. So cancel the 3 with the line, and what you're left with is 2. Put it on top here. The 1 you borrowed from the 3, put it in front of the 0. Because remember, this was a 1 before, but we've cancelled it. It became 0. So you put the 1 in front of the 0. And then you now do 10 take away 6, that's 4. So we've sorted this, we are now over here. And we have the same problem again. 2 apples, take away 7. I don't have up to 7 apples. Remember, this 3 is no longer 3. It becomes 2 because we borrowed 1 from it before. So it's now 2. So we are now doing 2 take away 7. And remember, don't fall into the trap like some students do of doing 7 take away 2 and they put 5 over there. Wrong. You don't do the bottom number, take away the top number. You do the top number, take away the bottom number. So 2 take away 7. I can't do that. I have 2 apples. I can't take away 7 apples. I don't have up to 7 apples. So I can borrow 1 from this 7 over here. If I borrow 1 from 7, I'm left with 6. I put the 6 on top here. The 1 I borrowed from the 7, I put in front of the 1, in front of the 2 to make 12. Then I can now do 12 take away 7. That's 5. 6 take away nothing. There's no number here. 6 take away nothing. That's 6. 6 take away nothing. That's 6. And that's the answer. And there's a way you can check that you are right. The way you can check, you add these 2 numbers together and you must get this. So you add 66,547 to 765, you will get this. Because addition is the inverse of taking away. Let's look at a simple example. 7 take away 5 equals 2. Can you see that 7 is the same as 2 plus 5? Or if you like, 2 plus 5. Okay, there's no space there. If you like, you can rewrite it as 2 plus 5 equals 7. Same thing. It doesn't matter which one you put on the left or on the right of the equal sign. So 7 take away 5 equals 2. That will mean 2 plus 5 or 5 plus 2 is 7. So if you want to check your answer is correct, if you want to check that this answer is correct, you can add this answer plus 765 and you're going to get that. Let's just try that and see. And let's see if our answer is correct. So going back to doing addition, like we've done in previous lesson, we're going to, this was our answer over here. First of all, let me rub off this simple example that I gave here. So this is the answer we just got with our takeaway. So what I'm saying is if we add this our answer to 765, we are going to get this. That will mean that we did not make a mistake. So let's try that and see. So 765. Remember, we've done column method of addition. Let's check. We're checking. So this is check. We're checking our answer. So 7 plus 5, 12, 2. Put the 1 of the 12 over here. In the last lesson, when I was checking the last question I was doing, I was saying carry 1, carry 1. If you listen to me, I was using the word carry 1, carry 2. That was what my teacher used to say. So I didn't even realize that I was using it until I played back the video. You're not really carrying any number. So I wonder why my teacher used to say carry 1, carry 2. So I was just playing back what my teacher used to say. So technically, we are not really carrying any number. We are putting a number somewhere. So 7 plus 5 is 12. Write the 2 of the 12 over here. Put the 1 over here. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 6 is 11. 11 has 2 ones. Put one of the ones here. Put the other one over here. 1 plus 5 is 6. Plus 7, 13. Put the 3 of the 13 over here. The 1 of the 13, put it up here. 1 plus 6 is 7. 6 plus nothing is 6. So our check works. Yeah? We just checked our answer. Addition is the inverse of subtraction. Or addition is the inverse of takeaway. Or takeaway is the inverse of addition. And I gave the simple example of 7 take away 5, for instance, is 2. 2 plus 5 is 7. Addition is the inverse of subtraction. Just to emphasize more that addition is the inverse of subtraction, 3 plus 8 equals 11. That means 11. That means 11 take away 8 is 3. Or you can even say 11 take away 3 is 8. 3 plus 8 equals 11. That's addition. Subtraction or takeaway is the inverse of addition. So 11 take away 8 must be 3. Or 11 take away that 3 must be 8. Addition is the inverse of subtraction. Subtraction is the inverse of addition. Let's do some more column method takeaway. Let's go into big numbers. It's the same process throughout. The same process. So let's see. We have 8, 3, 4, 2, take away 1, 8, 7, 9. There's going to be a lot of borrowing here. It doesn't matter. You just follow the process. Right, the 9 didn't show there. Let's move this a bit. Okay, the 9 is showing now. So 8, 3, 4, 2, take away 1, 8, 7, 9. Put a line under there. 2 take away 9 we can't do that. I have 2 apples. You can't tell me to be taking 9 apples from 2 apples. I don't even have up to 9 apples. And I keep emphasizing, don't be one of those students who decide to do 9 take away 2, 7. Wrong. You can't do the bottom number, take away the top number. It must be the top number, take away the bottom number. So 2 take away 9, we can't do that. You borrow one from the 4, which is in front of the 2. Borrow one from 4. And you borrow one from 4, put a line to cancel the 4. You are no longer dealing with the 4. The 4 has now become 3 because you took one from it. Put the 3 on top over here, on top of the 4. The one you borrowed from the 4, put it in front of the 2 to make 12. You can now do 12 take away 9. That's 3. So we are in a dilemma again because now you have 3 take away 7. Remember, we are no longer dealing with the 4. The 4 has gone. The 4 became 3. So deal with the 3. You haven't cancelled the 3 yet. So deal with it. So 3 take away 7. I have 3 apples. You're telling me to take away 7 apples. I don't even have up to 7 apples. So, and remember, I keep emphasizing, don't decide, okay, I'm going to do 7 take away 3 and put 4 there. Wrong. You can't do that. You can't do bottom number take away top number. And so you have to borrow 1 from the digit next to this 3 on the left of that 3, which happens to be 3 also. If you borrow 1 from 3, you're left with 2. Put the 2 on top here. The one you borrowed from the 3, put it in front of this other 3 here to make 13. You now do 13 take away 7, that's 6. You come to the next line. 2 take away 8. You are in a dilemma again. You have 2 apples. You're telling me to take away 8 from the 2 apples I have. I don't even have up to 8 apples. And I keep emphasizing again, don't fall into the trap of doing 8 take away 2, 6. Wrong. Don't do that. Look at this digit here. Take 1 from that digit. That digit is 8. If you take 1 from that digit of 8, you're left with 7. So strike it out. Put a 7 on top. The one you took from the 8, put it in front of the 2 to make 12. Then you do 12 take away 8, that's 4. And then you do 7 take away 1, that's 6. And the answer is 6,463. And as I said, you can check your work. You don't always have to check. But let's check this and see if we haven't made any mistake. But the main reason I want us to check it is so that we can appreciate the fact that addition is the inverse of subtraction, and subtraction is the inverse of addition. So we're going to add this our answer to 1,879, and let's see if we're going to get this one over here. So 6,463. Remember, with addition, it doesn't matter which one you put on top. Then you have 1,879. So let's just put check here to show that all we are doing now is checking. And then you put a plus over here. 3 plus 9 is 12. You write the 2 of the 12 over here. Put that one up there. 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 plus 7 is 14. Put the 4 of the 14 over here. Put that one up there. Then 1 plus 4 plus 8. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 8 is 13. Put the 3 of the 13 over here. And carry the 1 up here. 1 plus 6 plus 1 is 8. Boom. And see, we got that. So we know we are right. Yeah? So this was just a check. Just checking to see that we got the right answer, which is right there. Okay, let's do more examples. What if we are given 1,000,000, 1,000,000, 1, 2, 3, 1,000,003. I don't have space to even write the other number, so let's write it smaller and squeeze it to the left. So 1,003 take away 567,968. 1,003 take away 567,968. Obviously, you're not going to start counting out 1,000,000 sticks, 1,003 sticks, and then taking away 567,968 sticks from there. You'll be here for a week. So I just said that to show how good mathematics is. Fast ways of doing things, faster ways of doing things. So column method is the way out. So 1,003, 1,003 take away 567,968. I'm going to write it from right to left so that I put the things in the right place. So 8, 6, 9, 7, 6, 5. Your line on that. Same principles, just stick with the principle. But because there are so many zeros here, we're gonna look at things from a different way now. Now, 3 take away 8. You can't do that. I have 3 apples. You want me to take away 8 apples from 3 apples. I don't even have up to 8 apples. And I keep emphasizing again, don't make the mistake of doing 8 take away 3 is 5, then you go 6 take away 0 is 6, 9 take away 0 is 9. Don't do that. You can't do the bottom number, take away the top number. It should always be the top number, take away the bottom number. Okay. 3 take away 8. We can't do that. I have 3 apples. I can't take away 8 apples from 3 apples. So I have to borrow one from the number next to, from the digit next to the 3. But it's 0. I can't borrow anything from 0. I can't borrow anything from nothing. So I come to the next number. It's 0 again. I can't borrow anything from 0. Come to the next number. It's 0. I can't borrow anything from 0. Next one, 0. I can't borrow anything from 0. 0. I can't borrow anything from 0. 1. Now I can borrow 1. Now, don't make the mistake of borrowing that 1 and taking it all the way to the 3 to make 13. No, you can't jump all those zeros. You can't do that. You are going to do a lot of borrowings now. So this is what you do in this situation. So we are now here. We couldn't borrow from any of these zeros, but we can borrow this 1 over here. When you borrow this 1 over here, you cancel it. You're obviously left with 0. When you borrow 1 from 1, you're left with 0. Put the 0 up here. That 1 you borrowed, as I just said, you don't just put it straight away in front of that 3 to make 13. No, you can't jump all those zeros. That 1 you borrowed, you put it in front of this 0 here. This 0 next to the one, the one that was here before. This 0 next to it, put the 1 to make 10. You now borrow 1 from that 10. If you borrow 1 from 10, you now have 9. The 1 you borrow from that 10, put it in front of this 0 to make 10. You now borrow 1 from this 10 to make 9. The 1 you borrowed, put it in front of this 0 to make 10. You borrow 1 from that 10 to make 9. The 1 you borrow from that 10, put it in front of 0 to make 10. You borrow 1 from that 10 to make 9. When you borrow from that 10, put it in front of this 0 to make 10. You borrow one from this 10, becomes 9. When you borrow from that 10, put it in front of this 3 to make 13. That's how you do in this type of situations. Exactly the way I've shown you. Now, you can now do 13 apples, take away 8 apples. We are now happy. That's 5. You can do 9, take away 6. That's 3. 9 take away 9. That's 0. 9 take away 7. That's 2. 9 take away 6. That's 3. 9 take away 5. That's 4. 0 take away nothing is 0. So you don't really need to put that 0 there. That's our answer right there. That's our answer. Let's check. Let's check and see if that answer is correct. So we are going to add our answer to that number and see if we get 1,000,003. Remember, addition is the inverse of subtraction. Addition is the inverse of takeaway. Subtraction is the inverse of addition. Takeaway is the inverse of addition. Anyhow you say it is correct. So let's check. We're going to add this and this. We need to get 1,000,003. So right, check over here. We're just checking. Just checking. So we write this our answer. It doesn't matter which one you put on top. So our answer 4,320,35. We're going to add it to 567,968. We're going to add it to 567,968. Put our plus sign. 5 plus 8 is 13. 3, so 13. The 3 of the 13 right in here, carry the 1 over here. 1 plus 3 plus 6 is 10. Write the 0 of the 10, carry the 1 over here. 1 plus 0 plus 9 is 10. Write the 0 of the 10, carry the 1 over here. 1 plus 2 plus 7 is 10. Write the 0 of the 10, carry the 1 over here. 1 plus 3 plus 6 is 10. Write the 0 of the 10, carry the 1 over here. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 5 is 10. And you see, our check gives us 1,000,003. And therefore, our answer here is correct. So that's how we do column method of taking away. And so I think we can end the lesson now. In the next lesson, we are going to start looking at multiplication. So far, we've looked at addition. Today, we've looked at subtraction. That's takeaway. Next lesson, we're going to look at, that's tomorrow, we're going to look at multiplication. Different ways to multiply numbers. I think there's Chinese multiplication, or is it Chinese division? I've never learned how. I think I learned it once, either division or multiplication the Chinese way, but I can't even remember how to do it. Then you have the long multiplication. The long multiplication, I learned that in primary school. I think some people call it column method, or no, long multiplication is what it's called. So I know how to do long multiplication, but a lot of students get confused with long multiplication. Some of them mix everything up. And so if I had a choice of teaching a method of multiplication, I would teach the grid method of multiplication. So tomorrow, I'll be teaching the grid method of multiplication. I'll not teach the column method because I don't want to cause confusion. Remember, the title of our series is Mathematics Explained Simply. So we try to keep things simple here. The important thing is going for a method that gives you the answer. Going for the easiest method that will not cause so much confusion that gives you the answer. At the end of the day, we want the answer, but of course, we want to do good working out. In an exam, you get marks for working out. Even if your answer is wrong, the working out makes sense, you'll be getting marks along the way. So the whole aim of this series is to choose methods that give you the correct answer and is understandable. So we're going to be using the grid method of multiplication tomorrow. Some students complain, oh, it takes too long. It takes too long. I don't think it takes that long, especially if you've memorized your times table by heart. So I strongly recommend that if you haven't memorized your times table by heart, you do that. In fact, you discover you have less things to memorize in your times table. For instance, the 2 times table, you might not really need to memorize everything in your 2 times table because most of us can count in twos. So you can quickly work out 2 times 7, for instance. So you bring out 7 fingers, 2 times 7. So you count in twos. 7, so 2 times 7, that's why I brought out 7 fingers. So you go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Straight away, you've got the answer for 2 times 7 is 14. We'll talk about multiplication in the next lesson. I'm just trying to get you ready. I'm trying to encourage you to learn your times table by heart. But if you don't want to learn everything by heart, I'm trying to tell you that there are some of the times table that you can get the answer quickly, even if you haven't learned it by heart. For instance, if you're told 2 times 9 or 9 times 2, it's going to give you the same answer. Bring out 9 fingers, and then you count in twos. Many of us can count in twos. So those are my 9 fingers. Then I count in twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So 9 times 2 is 18. Or 2 times 9 is 18. But then again, there's even a quick way of getting the 9 times table. Let's show that here. There's a quick way of getting the 9 times table if you don't want to memorize it. You just go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then you go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 1 is 0, 9 is the same as 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 6 is 54. 9 times 7 is 63. 9 times 8 is 72. 9 times 9 is 81. 9 times 10 is 90. It didn't take me long to write that. So if you haven't memorized your times table, before you start your classwork, you can quickly write this somewhere quickly. You can write the 9 times table. Look at how easy it is to generate it. Do 0 to 9, then 0 to 9 that way. Then you saw what I just did over here. So you just write it somewhere and you can always refer to it. If you are solving the problem and you need 9 times 6, you can see you've written it there already. Also, the 5 times table, you don't need to learn that if you can count in fives. For instance, nearly all of us can count in fives. For instance, if you have 5 times 7, you bring out 5 fingers and then you count in fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 5 times 7 is 35. 5 times 9, 9 fingers, and then you count in fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Yeah? So that marks the end of today's lesson. And I'll see you tomorrow in the next lesson when we talk about multiplication. Thank you and bye-bye.